Hello, Success Anairs, and welcome to the TV and conference call show, The Road to Success. Now, you know this show is for you. It's all about you. It's whatever you want to do, say, or whatever. It is about you. The topics, are the topics that you want to hear. I'm getting a lot of emails where people are telling me what they want some of the topics on the show to be, or people I need to bring on just to help you, what it is that you need help at or you need information on. I'm your host, Professor William Murray. I'm also the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, which is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. It's here where millionaire mindsets, lifestyles, and businesses are made. It's at the Millionaire Mastermind Institute where we take you from idea to implementation and beyond. But this show, the talk show, The Road to Success, is here to make your life easier and much more knowledgeable and to inform you on things that you need to know in life to have a better, more productive, and enjoyable life. This show is for entrepreneurs and lifepreneurs. And as always, the God in me greets and blesses the God in you. This evening's topic is about the importance of insurance, which is something that we all need. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We all need insurance. And there are different types of insurance. Now, one insurance that's mandatory is if you have a vehicle. That is mandatory. And as always, as evening's topic. Yep, that you must have car insurance. Why is that? Well, because they're protecting you and the other drivers out there. See, they're protecting the other drivers more than they're protecting you, because you got to have liability, but you don't have to have collision. But we're going to talk about insurance this evening with the expert. And I've been looking for someone that I could talk with, and I met this young lady. I see her on Facebook all the time. And so I said, let me get somebody who knows insurance, because I had another lady who stood me up twice. 2 times she stood me up to do my show. And I'm not the type that's going to, my show is to help everyone. Also the people, that come on my show, it's a help to them, because this is a national show. So people all across the country get a chance to see, meet, and know about your business. That's the reason I always have the lines open. The lines are never closed. The lines are always open. If you want to ask a question, you can interrupt us. There's a way to do things, because I don't mute out the show. The lines are always open. And for those of you that are online, because I'm on 9 different sites. 9 different sites. So that means that you are on all of your social media sites, all but one. And I'm going to go ahead and get that, because I didn't want to get TikTok. But it looks like I'm not going to have no choice but to get TikTok and make it one of my sites. I've got all the other social media sites. And right now we are broadcasting live on all of them, on every site out there. So for those of you that are interested, go on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MRWMURY, Mr. W. Murray, MRWMURY, and subscribe to my page. And what that does is every time I go live or something similar, it will notify you that I'm on. Because see, I do more than this at this time. So I post a lot of videos on, because if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have over 250 videos on my YouTube channel. educational YouTube. I mean, educational information. That's what I'm about. I'm a mindologist, y'all. My expertise is teaching you the thought and the action process to success. That for which I am not an expert on, I bring experts on, like this beautiful, beautiful lady I have this evening. Now we're going to cover, I'm going to, and she's, it's about insurance, which, like I told you, something that we all must have, and it's a vital thing. It's more, with the situation today of COVID and all of the other viruses, you need to have health insurance and life insurance on your family. That is something that is very, very muchly needed. Now, I'm lucky that I have a good agent who I've been with now. God, I've been with this guy for almost 30 years. But he's not able to do my show. So I just went to the next best thing. I'd rather look at a beautiful woman anyway, because this lady is beautiful. Her spirit, her heart, and everything's just so, so beautiful. And like they say, don't care how your outer beauty is. If your inner beauty isn't there, you ugly. But this is a beautiful lady inside and out, as you will see. Y'all, let me tell you a little bit about this lady. Miss India Brown. India Brown. In 2017, India started India Insures in Largo, Maryland. And she's now located at National Harbor. And in 2020, India launched the Black Moms Insure campaign. The reason for this campaign is India knew she wanted to help women just like her obtain peace of mind. The core mission of India Insures is to empower families with information that enable them to make sound financial decisions in an effort to reduce and or eliminate the wealth gap in underserved communities. She's a mom of 3, and she's determined to leave an impact within her community and their legacy. As a previous real estate agent, and that's something I did for 15 years as a real estate agent, and caregiver, India is looking to take the stage in a new business development that truly pulls at her heartstrings. Listeners, ladies and gentlemen, those out there, I introduce to you Miss India Brown. How we doing, beautiful lady?
How are you? Thank you for having me.
You got to speak up, though, a little bit. Okay. Don't get soft on me now.
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, you are more than welcome. And thank you for coming on board.
Thank you.
Now, I covered a lot of things, but tell us a little bit more. Who is India Brown?
Again, I am a mom of 3. I am in the DMV. I'm really passionate about what I do. Life insurance is not a really sexy topic. A lot of people, especially in our community, shy away from it. But I learned early in my life the importance of it. And I knew that I didn't want my kids to experience what I went through, experiencing the lack of life insurance. And so that's why my passion is mainly to work with women who I can relate to, mothers, working mothers, and teach them and help them understand the importance of leaving a legacy, retiring, in a good standing, and just the importance of having proper protection.
Well, India, like I said, I've had my policy now with this one gentleman for 30 years, but I've been knowing him for longer than I've been knowing him since the early 70s.
Okay.
So, yeah, so
okay.
Him and I have been together for a long, long time.
All right.
Let me ask you this, and we're going to kick it and let you talk more about the insurance. What inspired you to become an insurance broker?
To be honest, it sounds kind of corny, but the truth of the matter is my father, he used to drive a Cram.
Hold on 1 second, India. Excuse me, if you're online, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hold on, I'm hearing an echo for some reason. Hold on. Okay, India, continue on. I got to dial back in because I was getting an echo.
Okay. Well,
go ahead, continue on.
My father was the major influence for me becoming a life insurance agent, to be honest with you, and the experience that I went through with my mom. My father drove a cab for many years, and I guess when you're driving, you call that hacking. So we spent a lot of time together in the cab together, just driving and having really great conversations. And he used to tell me that he used to sell life insurance. And as a young kid, that's not a topic that's, that you want to listen to. But as I got older, I understood what he meant. I started to research it, especially when he became ill and I became his caregiver. And then the importance of it really became, forefront for me. So I wanted to go into something that would allow me to have my own schedule, create my own schedule, freedom to be able to take care of my father and my children. And the life insurance industry provides that for me.
Well, India, I had to one time take care of my mother. Mm-hmm. She had a stroke, and I packed up and moved back home. You will now enter the conference. Lock, stock, and barrel. I moved back home. I was back in the mid '80s, so I understand the importance. And luckily my mother had top-notch insurance because she worked in the hospital. But what it takes and the price that it takes for insurance and caregivers. I'm looking at the situation today of COVID and this Delta strain virus, and how you're here today, and ain't no doubt about it. You're here today and gone tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it costs a minimum of $10,000 to bury someone.
A minimum.
And if you don't have insurance, that definitely leaves you up the creek without a paddle. A lot of people can't afford it. No, you can't. Not counting the fact that you could have a $100,000, $200,000 hospital bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I've just heard the saying you can't afford to die, and that's a sad situation to be in. This year and last year was tough on everybody. I've seen so many rest in peace posts on social media that I've seen in the whole time I've been on Facebook. It is really unreal and heartbreaking. And then to follow it, so many different GoFundMe accounts that I've seen following someone losing a loved one. And the reality of it is that this is something that happens to everyone. And the importance of life insurance needs to be really taught and talked about more often, especially within our communities.
People don't understand, and true, that's a shame that our community don't understand the importance of life insurance or hospitalization insurance, of insurance, period. And it's very important. It's something that we need. It is a must, really. Mm-hmm. And I think they should make, like they make car insurance a must-have. They should do the same thing with hospitalization and life insurance. Now, Obamacare was fantastic. Mm-hmm. He really helped a lot of people, and people need to take advantage of it. What say you about that?
The reality of it is no one plans to be sick. You know what I mean? Like, no one raises their hand and says, pick me, I want COVID, I want to be next, I want to be hospitalized. It's just something that happens to us, and something happens unexpectedly.
Phone or the regular phone? The topic hearing her so clear.
Enters someone's mind.
Hold on. Okay. Go ahead, dear.
I always say that it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
You're so right. Mm-hmm. You are so correct. Because I'm a health junkie. I'm holistic. Awesome. I haven't had to use my insurance except for physicals.
Good.
So I know I'm blessed. Well, see, now I've got to have surgery.
Oh, okay.
Because I've messed up my shoulder. I've tore my rotator cuff in my left shoulder. So people don't realize though, but I'm supposed to have a sling and all that stuff on. But you know how that goes. I'm a man. I can handle that. But yeah, next Thursday I go to surgery.
Oh wow!
And they told me it's gonna take 4 months for me to heal. Mm-hmm. I said I ain't gonna mind it as long as I'm well by next spring, so I can get back on the tennis court.
Okay. All right.
So, but It's important. You never know when you're going to need. Never ever
You
know
never
when you're going to need it.
You never know. You never know. My
Yeah.
dad suffered a stroke, actually a few of them, but again, we weren't planned. We weren't ready for that. We weren't, expecting it. Things like this happen unexpectedly all the time. So coverage is definitely something that's imperative. Life and health coverage is definitely imperative.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the traits of a successful insurance agent? What do you look for when you're looking for an insurance agent?
Mhm.
What's the basic things you really got to look for?
But you definitely want to look for someone who listens. You don't want someone who's just about making a sale. You want someone that's going to listen to you, that's going to understand your needs, that's going to be in touch with you throughout the years to come. You want somebody that's going to be forthcoming, and you also want a client that's going to be forthcoming too. But you want somebody that's going to be attentive to your concerns and your needs and cater to those, and give you the best protection that's needed for you and your family.
Yeah, yeah. And what people don't realize, you got to interview your agents.
You do.
You got to interview them just like because you got to realize they work for you.
Hmm.
So you got to interview them. You don't just say okay here and they tell you what's what and bam bam there it is. It ain't that simple.
No, it's definitely not that simple. Insurance is a definite individual, intimate thing. It's not one, one size fit all. So you definitely have to be attentive to your client and understand their health conditions, their age. A whole lot of things matter when it comes to life insurance. But the most important thing is what's more important for your client and what their goals are.
Yes,
Hmm.
and I don't know why people are so afraid to have insurance. I mean, I don't get it. It really makes no sense to me.
I don't think they're afraid to have it. I think they are afraid of the conversation. A lot of people don't like the topic that's around death or getting sick. A lot of people would like to avoid it at all costs. But the reality of it is that it's something that we all want to experience, and we just don't know when. So the best thing to do is to get ahead of it and be prepared. Put yourself and your family in a position where you can leave a legacy, as opposed to leaving debt and frustration on top of grieving for your loved one. That doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And the thing about it is, it's hard for people. They don't want to take the time to talk with an agent.
Yeah,
And,
it's an
and
uncomfortable conversation for some. But once you get to know your agent, we understand. I understand your needs and vice versa, and what I'm looking for, and from a client to be forthcoming and just open and honest. It's a real easy, laid back conversation. I try to make all of my clients feel like my friend, if that makes sense, because I don't want them to be nervous or feel like they need to withhold information. It's really an essential conversation, and once you have it and it's taken care of, it's peace. You have peace of mind from that. It's like, okay, that's check off my to do list. My family's secure. On to the next thing. It really isn't that complicated. It really is an easy conversation. It really is.
someone online, Joseph Eubanks Jr. says, Black churches and social organizations need to step up and push life insurance.
Hmm.
Our own community has failed us. We have to do better than sit by, and sing by and by and time.
Absolutely, I totally agree. As a community, we definitely need to be more informed, more aware, and just understand that it's just not about death, and it's not just about an uncomfortable conversation. This is about legacy. It really, that's what it is. And life insurance provides so many different options. A lot of my clients use life insurance to prepare for retirement, to fund their children's college education, all of it. So it's just not about, I don't want to talk about me dying. No, it's a conversation that's going to create generational wealth. It really does.
I agree with what Joseph is saying because uh, these ministers, all they do is preach out of one book.
Hmm.
They don't. I mean, and that's unfair because a Bible's supposed to be history. Then you got to start learning about history.
Mm-hmm.
And like they said back in Martin's time when he said two most powerful things out there is the black church and the black woman.
I have to agree.
Hey, you get no argument from me.
I have to agree.
And the churches got the people there. Start giving them an education on things they need to know other than religion, Christianity. It's more to it than that.
Yeah. But what sometimes the leaders in the church forget is that when they have uneducated members and someone passes away, the church is the first place they go to for financial support. So why not educate your congregation on the importance of it and having it so that they don't have to lean back on the church? And there's nothing wrong with that. But when a member passes away and is unprotected, the family looks to the church to step in and help.
And you know, I was talking to the minister one time, and I was telling him, man, the reason your church is struggling, all you do is preach out the Bible. You don't know how many entrepreneurs are in your church. And if you can get people to patronize the people that are in your church that have a business and their business grow, where you think they're going to hire from? Your church. The more money they make, how much money are they going to tie to you? So why don't you in your monthly, weekly paper that you pass, let people know who the entrepreneurs are, what businesses are there, what's needed. You know, you're helping your parishioners and you're building your church.
Absolutely. I do honestly think that more churches are catching on to that, exactly what you said. I know the church that I used to go to does that, and they support their members very strongly. So I think some churches are starting to catch on to the importance of highlighting their members and building wealth within the congregation. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the church is a very powerful thing, but it's just not. And you got all these mega churches. God, I'm looking at all these mega churches, and they're building the church, but not building the community. I'd rather have a tiny church that's doing for the community than a mega church that I'm getting money from the community.
Yeah, and a lot of people do feel that way, unfortunately. You're absolutely correct when you say the church is a powerful place. I think sometimes they're unaware of the power that they have in educating and informing their congregations. So, yeah.
Let me ask you something, beautiful lady. And excuse me for calling you beautiful lady because you are that. I just love your spirit. I do. I love your heart. What other services do you offer besides life insurance?
Oh, wow. So we offer retirement planning, of course, which is very important. I know I don't want to work forever. I know I want to be able to enjoy the later years of my life without the financial strain or struggle. We offer college planning. We offer disability insurance, short-term, long-term disability. We even do offer hospital indemnity policies. We have a new policy out now that if, God forbid, you're hospitalized or in the ICU, it pays you per day that you have to be hospitalized. So we offer a lot of other different things other than just the traditional life insurance.
Well, and see, now with everything that you told them that you offer, see, now that's a conversation that you should always have. Find an agent that can supply you with that type of information, give you what you need at a price you can afford.
I was just with a client today. She owns a hair salon, young Black entrepreneur, doing very well, and didn't have anything in place. Basically, she has 4 children, but after today, she has disability, she has hospital indemnity, she has life insurance on her and all of her children, and she set up a retirement plan. So she's on the right path right now. A lot of entrepreneurs. Again, I was a real estate agent for years, and I didn't have the tradition. I didn't have health insurance for a while because it was expensive. A lot of entrepreneurs are just out there working and not protected.
And that is something I'm telling you, because I know one time I had clothing stores, and my clothing store broke in 4 times. And one time when I went back in there, they had cleaned my walls, taken everything that was hanging. Took everything off my racks. So if you got a business, you better have insurance because a fire or anything, anything can happen. And you protect. Now, here's something that you got to do. Something I always emphasize. Never ever put your business in your name. Don't name your business your name, because I learned that from the cookie guy when he sold his famous Amos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He sold his company. They told him for 7 years you cannot get into the business to be my competitor, nor can you use your name for nothing but identification.
Yep.
And then the other thing about that is, you got to have insurance to cover what might happen, because Murphy's Law and the gremlins are always at work.
That's what insurance is.
That's what insurance
a lot
is.
of people have car insurance, and it's extremely high. Good God Almighty, it's high. But it's in case. It's in case I get into an accident. It's in case.
And it's required. If you got your license, you got a car, you got to have insurance. It is against the law not to have car insurance.
But the reality is, a lot of people have car insurance, homeowners insurance, insurance on their cell phones, but are afraid of the conversation of life insurance. It's like baffling to me, like confusing to me. So your iPhone is more important than your life. Like that
doesn't make any sense. I mean, that makes no sense. Just like now, brother Drew, who is a regular listener, said a lot of churches don't have benevolent funds. If you're not paying tithes, you don't have entitlement in the body of believers. Which is best? He wants to know what's best, term or whole life.
That's an excellent question. So to be honest with you, it's a case-by-case situation. It's really up to the individual's needs. It's not a case of what's better. It's based off of what your needs are, what you're trying to insure. Example, let's say a young couple just buys their first home. They have a 30-year mortgage and their home is $500,000. They're young and healthy. They want to also make sure, God forbid, that something happens to them, that the living spouse can afford to keep their home. A 30-year, $500,000 term would be ideal for that situation. And let's say that young couple wants to start putting money away for their young children. Then in that situation, a whole life policy would be ideal. So a lot of my clients honestly have a mixture of both. But again, it's also based off of the client's needs and their budget sometimes too. Yeah.
And okay, I'm gonna ask you this: what kind of insurance do you own?
Term, whole life, car insurance. My gosh, I have disability insurance. I have hospital indemnity insurance. Oh my goodness, what else do I have? Of course, car insurance, insurance on my cell phone. I have all of those things, but I have a little bit of everything because I understand the power of it, and I'm also a mom, so I'm always concerned about what if this. I even have accidental insurance. For an example, I was in 3 car accidents within a 6-month time frame. I'm okay. But each time I had to go to the ER just to get myself checked out to make sure everything was good. My accidental insurance paid me every single time I had to go to the hospital. And if I had lost wages due to work, it would have paid me money on a weekly basis based off of what my income is. So I have a lot of different policies in place.
I was blessed because my wife worked for Blue Cross Blue Shield for 42 years.
Oh, wow.
So she knew all about insurance. I didn't have to worry about it. She handled that.
Yes, good.
The only thing I had to do, I had to do outside of that, was I had to get business insurance myself for my stores.
Yeah.
But you gotta look, y'all. You gotta be smart. You have to be smart when it comes to insurances. You really, really, really do.
You do. I mean, there's no really other way about it. Just recently, the comedian passed away from Friday, and it was this big thing all on social media because his wife had set up a GoFundMe page, and a lot of people didn't understand how someone could not be properly protected. And then some people were sensitive to the situation, and a lot of people don't understand that. What you don't know, you just don't know. I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but the reality of it is that he wasn't prepared. And the honest truth is that we all need to be. We all have to,
Yes.
because we don't know the time, day, or hour. I'm quite sure if he did know, he would have been in a better. He would have left his family in a better situation. Um, Unfortunate, but also eye-opening situation for our community as well.
Now, anyone on want to ask a question or talk with Miss Brown? Any questions out there? If you're on social media, just type into the feed and I'll give her the question. Or if you're online, lines are open now. Somebody talk to us. Any questions or any comments out there? All you got to do is just talk to us. Oh, and I see my girl is on. Hello, Miss Roberts. I've been missing you. I hope you're doing well, dear, because you haven't been on for a couple of weeks now. And I was kind of wondering where you were. Glad to see you on, dear.
Fine. Okay, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Oh yeah, you know I'm gonna miss you. That's one of my girlfriends. She listens in all the time. We've never met.
Oh.
I met her because she calls in and listens and everything. So I call her one of my girlfriends. You know,
All right.
Now, India, let me ask you, how can people reach you?
Oh, okay. So I am on social media everywhere, but not everywhere, but most of them. I'm on Facebook, with facebook.com/India Insures. That is the tag for Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, India Insures.
Give it slow, baby, because we don't write that fast. We old.
Okay. So India Insures. This is my name. INDIAINSURES. That's where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My website is www.indiainsures.com. And if you want to call me, my number is 240-708-9811.
Give that number again.
240-708-9811.
India, I want to thank you, darling. Are there any questions out there, anyone? Somebody talk to us now. All these people online and on social media. I got all these people. Somebody talk to me. Don't feel bad. And the great Joe Madison taught me that 97% of the people that listen in would never say a word. And that's a fact.
People sometimes, so I get it.
But I can't be mad. Okay, now, Andrew, since insurance costs are rising, are there programs to help the consumer with fixed incomes?
Okay, that is an excellent question. And no, there isn't a program to help people with fixed income, but there are options available. Like, for instance, if you're worried about your final expenses, there are plans that you can get that will just cover your final expenses. If you are worried about your health and you feel like you may not qualify, there are options that are called like guaranteed insurability policies. But I don't know, or I'm not aware of any programs that would help with clients that have a financial need. I don't know of any programs, but there are definitely affordable options out there for someone who is on a budget or working with limited funds. There are definitely still options.
You know, I know for a fact that the companies work with you and have programs that help you, and they have insurance to cover you within your price range. And that's something, you know. But you got to call, you got to talk to them to find out. You know, this is something that we all should have knowledge of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to realize. I mean, I've lost about 5 friends in the last 3 months. Now, I don't know if they had insurance or not, but you never know.
You never know.
One of them went in the hospital on Friday and died Sunday. Because that new strain ain't nothing to play with, baby.
Very scary. Very scary.
And to leave your family to be unprotected and leave your family, and you didn't cover, and you're costing more expenses that you couldn't afford anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Walker, is it a good idea to borrow against your whole life insurance?
Honestly, that's a personal opinion. A lot of people use it for different options again to possibly like fund for college planning or retirement. So if you're taking withdrawals, monthly withdrawals to fund your retirement, absolutely. Some people put those policies in place for their kids in later years. So it's really up to the individual. But it's also good to have if an emergency comes about and you need access to your funds. A whole life policy that has been in place for a while should have the cash value that you would need so that you could borrow against. But again, that's an individual situation and based off of, that individual's personal needs.
I hope that answered your question, Mr. Walker. There's a lot that we need to learn about what we need, especially now with this COVID out there.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't want to be caught. Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. This is Maggie.
Yes.
I have a question in regards to people getting life insurance. Is it mandatory that they have a physical examination?
To answer your question, no, it's not mandatory. So a lot of times if you apply for a policy under a certain amount, most life insurance companies do not require a medical. Normally a medical comes into play when you are applying for over a certain amount, and normally that amount is over 250,000. However, I have had some clients who applied for less than 250 and a medical was required. So again, that's on an individual basis. That's when you apply for insurance and the company checks the MIB and the prescription check. And sometimes if they see things, they may require a medical exam. So again, that's still an individual type of situation unless you're getting what's called a guaranteed issue policy where the company is just going to issue you insurance and they don't ask any medical questions, and then in that case, a medical exam is not necessary. It's not asked for.
But I'm looking at. Go ahead, Maggie.
The question is, can a person get uh, whatever amount that they want, or does it start a certain place and then it goes up?
So you can, in a sense, the insurance company wants to know. Let's say you wanted $1 million policy. They're going to ask questions in reference to why you need such a high amount. But typically, when you stay under 500,000, $1 million to 500,000, they don't ask a lot of financial questions. But so again, to answer your question, yes, you can have as much as you want if you qualify for it. Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because have things changed because my friend, his father was an agent, and what some of his customers would do is they would pay for insurance policy for maybe 10,000, and once that was finished, then they would start another one. Is that all outdated, or is it changed?
I don't know why. Okay, finish your question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, man.
The question was just like my friend, his father used to sell insurance, but one of the things he said that he would sell like $10,000 after that was paid for, then it would just be it would just be completed, and then later on they would start another policy for another 10,000, and then so it would cap and just stay there, but it would already be paid for versus ongoing paying for the full amount. So is that something that's outdated, or is that still possible?
So.
That's definitely something that is outdated. I'm honestly not aware of anything like that. typically when a policy is only worth 10,000, that sounds like to me a final expense policy, and that sounds like someone who is um, much older, and they're just trying to
Uh-huh.
have some coverage for burial coverage. But that's definitely something that is outdated. Yes.
Oh, okay. And I'm just glad that you, Mr. Murray, has so much faith in you and recommending for you to speak to us. Because a long time ago, I just heard that not too many good things, but I'm glad that it's building my confidence to consider even getting coverage for me. So thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you, Mr. Murray, as you always do. You just hit the ball right out of the park, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to continue to listen for other people's questions. Thank you.
All right. Maggie's my West Coast because she's on the West
I
Coast.
have a question.
Yes,
This
go
is
ahead.
Miss Rob.
Yes, Miss
I
Robert.
wanted to ask. Okay, I wanted to ask if you get a policy and say that the person passed within 3 to 6 months after you got that policy, do that policy pay off full, or do you just get what you put in it?
That's an excellent question. The answer to that question, it depends on what type of policy they have. Traditional insurance
Okay.
policies, yes, they do. Sometimes when a person gets what's called a guaranteed issue policy, again, when that's no medical questions, that has limitations. That says that you have a 2 year, sometimes 3 year waiting period. So, unfortunately, if that person passes away before that waiting period, typically all the client gets, the beneficiary gets, is what they paid back in premium. But traditional life insurance, you're covered immediately. You're covered as soon as you're approved.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just wanted to know. Thank you.
Mhm.
My boy, they give me that. See, I got more people talking now to you than on all my other shows put together.
I have a I have another question. Does one person have to get it from the state they're living in, or can it be out of state insurance as well? Because I'm from California, but you sell, so is it state to state, or how does that work?
Oh, okay, I understand. So, excellent question. So, no, your agent just has to be licensed in your state.
Right,
So I
right.
could be your agent if I hold a license in California, and I could write a policy for you because I'm licensed where you reside. So you would want to talk to an agent that holds a license in your state. And a lot of agents have license in all 50, in all of the states. Some of them only have a few. So you're able to get coverage with any agent that you want, just as long as they are licensed in your state.
Uh,
Okay, and here's another question in regards to my son just had a little baby, right? And if there's a college, are there college insurances for college? I don't know, how can I ask that question? Like to prepare for college. If you start, is there a policy to help pay for the college?
Yes, there is. And that's an excellent question. Is a lot of my friends are becoming grandparents now. There's several options. One is called what we call the $1 million baby plan. And the younger you are, the better position you put your grandchild or children in. So there's definitely policies available that will help fund your grandchildren for college, for just having regular life insurance, or for any future endeavors. And then something that I personally do for my clients, I also give them free scholarships for college. And right now we're giving up to a little over $60,000 free in college tuition as well.
wow.
There's definitely ways to plan for your grandchildren's college and future.
So what would happen if I would pass, and what would happen to the policy? Would my son have to take over to continue, or how does that work?
Yes, that's an excellent question. So you can have it set up that um, like you said, if something happens to you, if you become ill or you pass away and you're no longer to make payments, you want to leave instructions for the next family member to make sure that they understand that they need to keep making the premium payments on that different policy. But yes, to answer your question, you are correct.
I just want to share one thing. One time I took out a loan for my car, and I got sick and I couldn't work, and I didn't know that I had the loan had an insurance policy on it, and so when I found out, they just needed a document, and I turned in the medical document, and they paid that 1 month that I wasn't able to work for that automobile payment for that note. So that was very helpful, and it saved my, my credit. It saved the payment. I didn't have, because I wasn't working for that time. But I do want to say that insurance, does help, and it helped me at that time. But unless someone would have told me that was in place, I would have never known.
Yeah. A lot of people do have policies and are unaware of the major benefits and the great benefits that they have. But I'm glad that you had someone who was able to help you understand what you had in place. And more importantly, you were able to use what you had in place.
Let me see.
Thank you.
Andrew Walker wants to know again, because he's the one that asked about borrowing against your whole life policy. He wants to know, what's the downside of borrowing against your policy?
Okay.
I don't personally think it's a downside, because if you're borrowing against it, I'm assuming you're borrowing against it for the need of it. However, when you don't repay the loan, it decreases your death benefit amount. So let's say you had $100,000 policy and you borrowed $25,000 from it. If you're not putting that money back, your beneficiary now only gets the remaining death benefit. So that's the downside of it. But other than that, there really, in my opinion, there isn't a downside. It's definitely good to have when you need it. So.
Okay. Now, once again, Miss Lady, give us a way of reaching you. How can we reach you?
Again, it is India Insures on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. My website is www.indiainsures.com. You can also reach me by my cell, which is 240-708-9811. And if you want to send me an email, it is india@indiainsures.com.
Well, Miss Lady, I'm more than thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
It's been a pleasure. I may have to borrow some money from my life insurance. I might want to have a birthday. My birthday is Thursday.
You want to borrow so you can have a party?
No, I'm just kidding on that. But my birthday is Thursday. For those of you listening in, next time you hear me on my show, I will be 2 days older, but I get to add another number to my age. Because Friday the day is what? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days. Like I say, when you hear me again, I'll just be 3 days older, but I get to add another number of blessing to my age.
Happy birthday in advance, but I will definitely call you on Friday. When is your surgery?
Next Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right. So you'll be able to get through your birthday weekend and all that. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing planned. I'm supposed to be going out of town. I got to go take care of some business. And I won't find out until tomorrow whether or not I'm going to be out of town for the weekend. Because I'm going to take care of some business that's going to be a hell of a growth to my show. It's going, baby, if this happens.
When it happens.
Oh, yeah, when. You already know if. It's when it happens. Y'all will see a tremendous growth in my show.
Remember that.
But see, I got to get people to understand I can't make it without you. It's up to you to grow me, build me. Tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody about the show, The Road to Success. Look at the information you got tonight from this beautiful lady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where else can you go and you can talk to them one-on-one? Where else can she go that she could talk to the country like she did tonight? So now she's going to be a regular listener from now on. Hint, hint. Because see, a lot of times, if I open the lines and I don't have a guest, you can always come on and do a little 5-minute interview with me. You never know who's listening.
Never know.
And I'm saying this is national. This is not something that's local. This is, you hear Maggie on the West Coast, I've got people all over the country tuning in because I told you I'm on 9 sites
Awesome.
and it's live.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm just telling you, you know, you got to, you never know. You got to listen. Y'all got to tell people about the show. I can't do this by myself. You know, I'm always accepting donations. Cash App, $ W Murray, MURRY. Cash App, $ MURRY. Or you can go to paypal.me/MM Institute. No, paypal.me/MM Institute. Or you can send me mail, cash, or whatever, at P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753.
All right.
That's P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. Because Miss Nance is always sending me donations. She always sends me something. Several times she donates. And I just love this lady. She's in Myrtle Beach. She lives in, what's that, South Carolina? And I'm going down that way. I'm passing through there because I got to go all the way down to the borderline of Georgia, near Florida, the
Oh,
weekend. Or if I don't do it this weekend, it'll be in 2 weeks.
okay.
But Indian, dear, I want to thank you, dear, for everything, for all the information, for being a guest on my show. And it's people like you that help make this show successful, dear. And I
Thank you.
can't thank you enough.
Thank
And
you.
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell it to your face. My wife is listening.
Okay.
I love you, darling, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
But if you can hang on after my show is over, I want to talk to you. You got my number, right?
I do.
I
I
want you
do.
to call me after 10 o'clock. I want to talk to you tonight.
Okay.
If you're still up, not getting your beauty rest, because I see it's paying off.
Thank you.
And those of you out there who want to wish me a happy birthday, you can call me at 240-619-2019. That is the number to the Institute. 240-619-2019. Where's my number? I want to put it up there. Why be jumped up? I can't even find it. I know one. I'm in the wrong one. All right, it's right there. Let me put that up there so y'all know to call me. Wish me a happy birthday, y'all. Y'all know y'all can also send me some birthday cards. P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. That's P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland 20753. And if you want to put a donation in there, fantastic. For my birthday, y'all, I want y'all to go to Cash App, $ W Murray, and give me this donation. It's going to go to the and for me to keep this show on the air. Hello, Ms. Lopez. I see you there. See, I got people coming on. I mean, they're coming. They're still coming in. But darn, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Oh, you can stay on if you want. I'm just going to just do that, but you can stay on then. Because in case, y'all, I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in because, I got about 5 more minutes. But I'm looking forward. This is a blessing. Like I tell people, getting older, because I'm never get old. I'm just getting older. Getting older is a blessing. It's just that sometimes the age has its side effects. You're going to get these little aches and pains and stuff, but it's all called life, baby. Look how many people have made it. I'm telling you right now, I'll be 71. 71. And brother, and the birthdays are good for your health. Studies have shown people who have more birthdays live longer. You're right, Andrew. Those who have more birthdays live longer. That is so true. And I tell you, facts and truth are undefeated since the beginning of time. And that's fact. And that's true. But I want to thank all of you who want to wish me a happy birthday. Y'all can come live and say happy birthday to me. I don't mind. Lines are open. Somebody talk to me.
Happy birthday, Mr. Murray.
Thank you, Miss Roberts. Dear, thank you.
Okay, I'll be talking with you next week.
All right. Looking forward. I'm looking forward to your phone call.
Okay,
to your conversation. Y'all, it's a blessing. It really is a blessing. And I'm still out here doing what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I'm putting together, y'all, all-day class. I'll let y'all know more because I got to find out after my surgery how long before I can really be, it shouldn't take long after my surgery for me to be able to do this, but I'm going to have to, it's going to take me 2 months to recoup. Doctor told me for 2 months I ain't going to be able to do nothing with my left arm. And then I got to do 2 months of rehab. So that's a total of 4 months. But I'm still going to have my class. The one y'all missed last week at Prince George Community College, y'all missed one. Y'all missed one. You missed one. You missed one. But I'm going to do another. This 8-hour class is going to be the bomb, baby. It is going to be the BOMBBBBB. Because I've already put it together. It's sitting there waiting on me to just be able to do it. And it's going to be at 8 hours. It's going to be from 9 to 5. I already know that. And it's going to be at Prince George Community College. That's where I do my classes. That's where I do my education. That's where I teach at. So just stay tuned. And for those of you that are not local to the D.C. metropolitan area, DMV, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, it's going to be Zoom. You can also go to Zoom and see it live. Ask questions. I'm going to answer. You know how it is when I'm doing my classes. I take questions right then and there. I don't tell you to hold them. Give them to me as you got them. Because the one we did last time, I had a lot of Zoom people asking questions. A lot of Zoom people asking questions. And Andrew says, your car reads 70. So plus one is appropriate in the mail. So plus one is appropriate in the mail. Yep. I'm telling people I'm 35 twice plus one. And I feel like I'm 35. I really do, y'all. I am so healthy. God knows I've been blessed. I have been blessed to be as healthy as I am at my age. But you got to realize, y'all, I've been holistic for over 40 years. No red meat, no pork, no dairy products. I don't smoke. I don't drink. And I exercise. I don't eat fast foods, dairy products, none of that. So I'm healthy, and I cook with a lot of natural herbs and spices. And garlic and ginger and cinnamon and all that stuff goes in my system every day. I don't cook with salt and pepper. Red pepper I do, but black pepper, no. I'm going to do a show on health and diet, y'all, because I did something. Oh, Brother Walker, I need to talk to you. I need to find out, did you get the information you needed that you tried to get from me about that slide I did on what you eat and what you don't eat? So you can give me a call, man, and let me know. We'll talk. You give me a call tomorrow. I'll be available because I'm not planning anything for Wednesday and Thursday. Because my wife said, don't plan nothing. And then my neighbor said, don't plan nothing. So my wife has got something for me to do during the day. My neighbor got something planned for me for that evening. So I'm going to be Thursday. I'm going to enjoy this, y'all. I don't celebrate holidays. You know that. But my born day, oh yeah, I'm going to celebrate my born day. And my mother was alive, boy, she would get a whole bunch of flowers and gifts from me because, see, it's her birthday. It's my born day. That's the day she gave birth to me. And that's the day I was born. All right, Drew, I'm waiting on the baby. I'll receive your card. I'll go check my mailbox tomorrow, and I'll check it again Thursday. Because, see, I got to have it not checking my mailbox once a week. All right, y'all. You know what time it is. Let me ask y'all, do y'all know what time it is? Uh-oh, where am I at? Right here. Okay, unmute. You know, I always tell you, if you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It doesn't matter whether I'm pushing or I'm pulling, y'all. We're going to get there together. I guarantee you I'm going to make you a winner. With shows like this and the education I give you when I teach. You know I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. So until next time, y'all, God bless. And keep working on your road to success. Thank you. Until next time, God bless. And hold on, India. Don't go nowhere, India.